as we look at the big stories within the dailies and analyze them and share my thoughts together this morning. Feel free to jump in if any headline tickles your interest. The numbers to call remain the same. If you have them, great. But if you don't, please keep them really close. 090 73 53 0044 and 090 87 66 8888. You can send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 090 9705 4450. That is 090 450. All right, let's get to it now. By the way, go watch us live now. If I were you, I'd go right now to YouTube and join the conversation from YouTube. Watch us live, and it would be great. At Eagles FM Abuja, YouTube and Facebook, we're streaming live there. But also check out our websites, www.eaglesfm.com. And better yet, just download the Eagles FM app on your iOS. Here's Ihia Natural Prince. Welcome to the pages. From Daily Trust newspaper, coup attempt. ECOWAS sends mission to Niger Republic. Residents protest as EU and France, AU condemn military takeover. It's long time coming, says diplomats. Move can affect Nigeria's security architecture, says experts. Well, there's also reports filtering in from Niger Republic that the coup plotters have announced on national television. It's not just a report I just saw it this morning. The announcement by the coup plotters declaring that they've taken over the Nigerian state. So, well, what does this portend? What does this mean for neighboring countries like Nigeria? We know that Nigeria and Niger with the President Buhari administration, and we also know that one of the closest, quickest places that Nigerian refugees would look to if there's high instability in the country would be Nigeria. So with the Nigerian economic situation and taking in more refugees, and we also know that there's a lot of Nigerian refugees who are in Niger Republic and Nigerians. Okay, the Lake Chad region and the likes. And so maybe even more criminals and armed bandits may be trooping in from that area. So we need to beef up security and ensure that we do not have the bad ones come in. That's if they eventually come in. Moving on. Lookman resigns as AP. Senate confirms Tafa, Alkali, others NEDC board members. Google says Nigerians can now pay with Naira on Play Store. Google says Nigerians can now pay with Naira on Play Store. This is quite commendable. Very good stuff. At least Nigerians will no longer have to be scrambling for dollars to pay for, apps and all of that stuff. So if you have to, get your app before anything, maybe buy an app. If there is stuff like that, you'd have to look for dollars. Now you pay with Naira. Now again, speaking on the issue on the coups across Africa. What is leading to all of this? What is leading to all of these? Is it really bad governance or, influence for external influence? Maybe we need to begin to, how there's the African adage that says if your neighbor's beard's on fire, you apply water to yours just in case. Maybe we need to begin to, because if it happened in Mali, happened in Guinea-Bissau and the likes, so that such things did not happen in our country. Bandits kill 7 soldiers and ward head 28 farmers in Zamfara and Bauchi. Bandits kill 7 soldiers, Warhead, 28 farmers in Zamfara and Bauchi. Labour issues 7-day strike notice, urges federal government to reverse anti-masses policies. Labour issues 7-day strike notice, urges federal government to reverse anti-masses policies. Speaking of Labour, many people have said Labour seems like a toothless bulldog now. But let's see what happens. Resident doctors have started a strike yesterday. Diphtheria. Bauchi shuts down schools as 5 students die. Diphtheria. Bauchi shuts down schools as 5 students die. Resident doctor strike cripples health services nationwide. Critically ill patients turned back. Others discharged and stranded. Resident doctors strike cripples health service nationwide. Critically ill students turned back. Patients turned back. Others discharged and stranded. Nigeria. God save and keep. Let's hope that these situations don't continue to deteriorate. Just hope. Let's continue. Pray for your country. Okay? Pray for your country and keep hope alive. Keep believing. Just keep trusting that things will not go further down. Okay? We owe it to our country to have faith and keep praying, keep working, and believing that things will get better. Right, moving on to the Guardian newspaper now. From the Guardian newspaper, Tinubu, 60 days after, Tinubu tours familiar path as ministers may not resume till September. 60 days after, Tinubu tours familiar path as ministers may not resume till September. Someone said the president from day one made a mistake, started making mistakes from day one, and that the difficulty of assembling a team, especially at this time, when you have to balance competence with compensation or political compensation, it may be harder. Now, would this mean that 60 days into the tenure of President Buhari, he's breaching the law that mandates him to set up a cabinet within 60 days? I'd love to hear from you. NLC insists on August 2 nationwide protest over rising hardship and anti-people policies. NBA, Uba Falana orders knock DSS over disgraceful conduct. NBA, Ubani Falana others knock DSS over disgraceful conduct. Nigeria orders risk losing U.S. market over uneven AGOA utilization. Niger coup. ECOWAS global community won't tolerate threats to democracy, says Tinubu. ISWAP targets headers, kill 27 in Borno. ISWAP targets headers, kill 27 in Borno. NANS give government 7-day ultimatum to rescind fee hike in higher institutions. With this regard, the federal government is saying that federal schools or federal universities remain tuition free, and well, many others are saying, the students are saying, when we say tuition is free, but other things and registration and every other thing has gone up. Who are we deceiving? 1 killed, others injured as traders protest over sealed shops in Enugu. 1 killed, others injured as traders protest over sealed shops in Enugu. Let's be able to manage the situations and not allow them fall further apart. we're really in a very fragile state, and we must do what we can, whatever possible, to ensure that we do not lose control or lose grip. Every day that passes by seems like we're sinking further in. We almost put hands on deck with government, come together with government to ensure that we have a country first. Okay, keep the country afloat, whichever way we can. All right, join the conversation. I'll bring you headlines as well from the Punch newspaper shortly, but join in now with your 2 cents. If any of the headlines jump at you, call 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. SMS and WhatsApp messages go to 090-9705-4450. Our first caller is here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Is this Prince Ike?
Yes, Prince Ike on the line.
Prince Ike, in the house I will say, Kwanabi, where have you been?
In fact, I travel outside the state for a long project.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Nice family anyway.
We're good. We're grateful. Everyone is good.
Work on the land that you're doing anyway. So welcome development. Only God Almighty will bless you people, both you and also entire staff of this Ego FM. God bless you.
God bless you too.
Anyway, what I'm just trying to say is this: the NLC trying to back on strike is a welcome development, because I don't see the reason why that evil is daily perpetuating in this country, especially hardship, fuel increment all the time. I'm beginning to ask, is it an aberration, sir, or sacrament, or with that point of abomination for us to be called citizens of this country? Good people, great people, wonderful people, the most blessed country in the world. There's no country that has overblessed the way it blessed Nigeria. But the problem we are having is managerial setback and also leadership problem. I get me, sir. Nobody who still is better and the best one like others would like to lament or complain. 8 years of can I share 8 years of leadership of former presidents, not finding very easy. Now we are coming. Remember that, fuel anchor everything. Economy. Yes, sir. Yeah, anchor, communication, transportation, even educational sector. Can you tell me that, if we are in the state of conduciveness, said by one philosopher, an environmental determinism that says when someone's environment is okay, we have points of, hospitability, comfortability.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bring it
Thank you very much. Appreciate you calling in. Hello, good morning. All right, keep your calls coming 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Hannah. How are you doing?
Good morning. Very well, Michael. Good to have you.
Yes, thank you so much. For this Enugu State matter, let me comment on that. You see, I noticed that those who does not actually won the election, when you give them the opportunity to govern, they will lack idea to govern. And that's in regard to this president and governor of Enugu State. You are giving the order to a trader, that if any of them does not come to open their shop. In the first place, are you the one that opened the business for them? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Michael.
The governor? Your money as the governor, is it involved for the business you are doing? And in any case, why are you not treating those who are giving the order of sit at home? Then you after the life of innocent people who might one way or the other happen to them. At the end of the day, you come to announce, so people will lose their life as a result of this thing. What will you do? Will you bring the life back? And then the only thing you could do as a governor is to begin to go and lock a shop that your money was not involved. You are not the one that opened the shop for them. And the next thing to go and begin to lock the people's shop. And look at it, right? There were protests. We also heard that the lab was lost. You know? So I think I've noticed all these things. It those who does not properly won election. Okay, you know, when you give them the opportunity to take over the leadership, they begin to mess up everything.
Michael, thank you very much. It's not in our place to say who won election properly or who properly did not win election. Anyway.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Nacho. How are you?
I'm very well. Abubakar, good to have you.
Thank you for having me. Abubakar calling from Gwagwalada.
Welcome.
We woke up to receive another breaking news of the military intervention in our next door neighbor, Niger. It's very unfortunate. Something that we will condemn as well. If you condemn bad governance, insecurity, escalation of insecurity in most of sub-region country of West Africa. It happened in Mali. It happened in Guinea-Bissau. It happened in Burkina Faso. It's now creeping in our next door Niger. Nigerian leaders should sit up. We don't want to return to military rule, but this tyranny, economic tyranny, is deepening. People are not even finding it difficult to survive. They are finding it difficult to even breathe. It is difficult. Nigeria have no business economic action, but the type of is pushing most of Nigerians of the poverty. We must condemn military intervention. We must fight bad governance, tyranny in most of our African countries. Just of recent, again, in Kenya, there was a cost of living protest, and the Kenyan police brutalized a lot of civilians who participated in that protest. So it shouldn't happen. It's not a good news from African countries.
Okay.
If you must be deepening democratic values, people should find life very easy to live comfortably.
All right, Abubakar.
Thank you
Very much. Thank you so much. You say democracy is the best form of government or governance, but it seems like for Africans, they're not really seeing the dividends of democracy. Why is it so hard for us to manage our own resources? We're so blessed, and yet we found it so hard to manage our resources. And this is what's happening across the continent. We need to really rise up and fix this. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Salassi. It's a beautiful energy you bring to the show. Good to have you.
How are you doing?
I'm very well.
Nice to hear you this morning.
Lovely.
My good friend Abubakar, God bless you. See, you were asking what happened, what could be the reason of the coup in Niger. The military announced the hardship. People are being suffocated. And this is the same thing that is happening in Nigeria. That's why you make that added. That say if your friend bears caught fire, you find a bucket, fire extinguisher near you because it may come to you. So government should listen and should be very careful. Now we are talking of labor, and they are saying that labor should give them time. They should give them time for how many months? You are still begging labor. There will be a time that taking labor to court won't work. That is it. Then I want to talk about the bandit killed 7 soldiers, World Head, and 28 farmers in Zamfara and Bauchi, and the same ISWAP killed about a lot of farmers in Borno. See, this insecurity, if it happens in Southeast, some people will be calling, Galivandi as if it's only in the Southeast. I say insecurity is all parts of the country. Until government do the needful. As I always say, today victims were yesterday survivor, and tomorrow victims were today survivor. This challenge of insecurity could be anybody. It could be me. It could be you out there listening to me. Government should do the needful. They shouldn't suffocate Nigeria. They shouldn't push Nigeria to the wall. That say if you push a goal to the wall, they go right. So Nigerians, our leaders should be very careful with what is happening. They shouldn't suffocate the citizens of the country. Now, go there.
Okay, Celeste, thank you very much as well. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning,
Yes,
GB.
my name is GB.
Welcome.
The coup in Niger is condemnable. No matter what it is, coup is not the solutions. Those who are taking over in Sudan, they are living they are even destroying themselves. There's no way coup can alleviate the suffering of the people. They end up destroying more. So it was coup that brought us to where we are today. That is not for, and no matter how it is, we will survive our down and fall and learn from our mistake and make it grow. And I want to also say, Labour giving government ultimate on strike on second. They have the right to protest, but the right time is very logical. We are negotiating with government. Even yesterday night, they were saying a meeting with government. They are saying that by May 2nd, August 2nd, you are going on protest. To me, it's not logical. When I interviewed him yesterday in something, he said
Hello,
they are
GB.
telling me today that yesterday meeting was based on 540, but the protest is because of the increase. And I ask myself, does this now what you call the regulation? Regulation, the government does not fix the price. Market for determine the price. Why can't you press further for implementation what you are negotiating with to make it quick so that you can eliminate the pains? Like now in the state, the government in open centers where they can change from petrol to natural gas for vehicle, commercial vehicle, and the rest of it. Why can't they put pressure on state governors who are very close to the people to implement their programs? That is that is reasonable than say are going on protest while they are negotiating. To me, I don't think that's illogical. I think somebody will advise Labour to say, look, focus on negotiation, helping negotiation, they can implement their program, because that protest will do more harm to what is on ground. Because number one, on protest, you deny people of livelihood which are there for that day. You grant the economy, and you want people to spend money on subsidy.
All right.
No, the best way is for you to negotiate and implement what they are getting for.
Thank
They
you.
still using it very wise. They say they give them 2 weeks to implement the program. You are saying you are going on strike.
Thank you.
I don't. That will not be successful.
Thank you,
I'm telling
GB.
you.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Good morning.
Good morning, BB. Blessing.
My brother. Good morning.
BB
My
Blessing.
name is BB Blessing. I
How's
come from
business going?
Oh, fine. Don't mind me. I want to send somebody a message. I don't know if you don't pick. God bless you.
Welcome.
No, now they try.
Bless
The
you.
people where they're supposed to promote for Nigeria is una. The people where government you go look now say, these people they are working according to our president where they now he say he needs people where they are working, but may he look at major people, our broadcaster, all of now. May he find way to even compensate now, to even give now allowance or money. If na house we go give una, we go take and remember him. If na motor we go carry give una, we go take and remember, because I don't look so take for Nigeria, una na dey work fast. Even though people when they want start to do, or could this senator when they don't increase their salary, I don't know whether they don't increase them or they not do work as una they do. Because now always they give us formation.
Thank you.
God go bless you now.
Thank
The
you.
prayer when we they pray for now, nothing go happen for now.
Amen.
Any person where what they against now, God go push at that for us.
Amen.
You know,
Thank you.
where we are crying, these people they are not listening for us. Now say that they listen. Can you imagine now? This our president where he come. He know the pain of our poor people. He said make they allow poor people to breathe. Do you know now what they are here? Our president is not even aware for this school increasement. He not even aware. He means say what they pay me now. He means say somebody because of position where you collect, you go just stand up, bless people and say after all, make them start for 1, we go accept for 1, we go accept for 2. Now our president not aware. This one not be former president, this one na first president where we don't know now say make they allow poor people to breathe. That money make them no increase am. I thank God for his life. I don't know whether he go do am o. I don't know whether they listen for us. So please, I'm begging him, may he listen for poor people, may they listen for radio. Now radio poor people they enter. Can imagine the person wey no get like I go take the world television where they talk. May he listen for. And all this killing from another. I always they talk. What did these people need? What did they need? Please, what did they need? Make them release in Nnamdi Kanu. Let peace reign. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. May I answer my comment?
God bless you. God bless you, BB Blessing. Answer your customer. All right, moving on. Let's see messages here. This one's from Bulus. Bulus from Durham says, good morning, Ihanacho. I'm of the opinion that NLC should stop deceiving us because They are just but toothless bulldogs. In fact, left to me, we don't have NLC in this country. They failed woefully. Wait and see. Before August 2, the threat of nationwide strike would become mute. That's what you say. Bullies, thank you very much for sending your message in. And we'll move on to taking more calls now. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, my name is Honorable Edward.
Honorable?
Edward.
Did you say Edward?
Yeah.
Well, welcome. Good to have you.
Thank you. Let me tell the truth of the matter is that it's a bad signal. I want to talk particularly on the issue of this coup. It's a bad signal. That is not what we are expecting to hear now. So we have to be very, very careful. And I advise everybody that want to embark on the strike, I advise them to negotiate, because as we speak, this country is not safe to start any strike. People will make use of that and cause a lot of damages. So they should also be looking at the other side of it. What is happening is bad. This is bad. But we need to understand that this country belongs to all of us, not just those that is bad. Well then, please negotiate before embarking on any strike now. It's not good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir Edward, for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Prince.
Good morning, Clementine Prince. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. It does appear that you have jettisoned the 90 minutes or 2 hours grace to call us. So I'm even taking
today's Thursday. Thursdays and Fridays we try to relax it for people to talk a little more.
It's all right. Labour asked government to rescind anti-people policies. It is just very, very pertinent that the government does it. The way Nigeria is going, within 2 months of Tinubu's administration, Nigeria is almost roasted to a standstill. If he increases worker salaries, workers are not the only people who are suffering these anti-people policies. There are so many ways that he should address these issues. Beyond workers, school fees should be reduced dramatically with the kind of money that Nigeria is getting. Some apologists will call us and tell us, and call to the radio station and tell us that Nigeria doesn't have money. I don't know who they are trying to please. Nigeria has money. We should address people's problems. Government should reduce taxes and jettison this power hike increment and so many things. Look, they should assuage the problem of transportation. Government should do all these things. Otherwise, Tinubu has started failing. Sheyi is saying that he knows that his father will not fail. Nigerians are grappling with the problems heaped upon the masses by this government. We don't want to hear from people like Sheyi just because his father is in government. He should keep silent so that we face our realities. What is happening in Israel? Just because the executive wants to curtail the powers of the Supreme Court, there's fire everywhere. In Venezuela, because the price of bread went up, there was upheavals. In Sudan, Abbasi was dethroned because of the price of bread. But we go through all these things in docility, total docility, and government takes us for granted. Tinubu should redress the corruption. He should trace our money and retrieve the money so that we know that Nigeria has money. We have money to build refineries. What's happening with our refineries? So please, people who just want to talk so that government officials will notice them should know that the problem of Nigeria is beyond that. Thank you, Henacho.
Thank you very much, Clementine. Prince, keep your calls coming. 09073530044 and 09087668888. We'll be talking more. Stay here.
102.3 Abuja.
Looking for the most innovative housing and construction festival? The best platform for an exhibition, an opportunity to network and increase your business reach. How to navigate the real estate and construction market trends? Then look no further, as the 17th Africa International Housing Show is here again. This year's ARHS gives you access to several innovations including 400 plus exhibitors, 25,000 plus attendees, Africa's one-of-a-kind real estate CEOs Forum, ARHS Under 40 and Young Professional Meetup 2023, B2B Meeting, Networking App, International Conference on Alternative Funding for Housing. This year's event will be witnessed by a delegation of members of the Chartered Institute of Housing, CIOH London, and the UK Professional Association of Certified Housing Practitioners. Be a part of this historic event. Visit our website www.africahousingshow.com or call 0916 500,000. 17th Africa International Housing Show, the largest housing conference and exhibition in Africa.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Glad you have stayed with us on your radio experience you can count on. And now let's see what the papers are reporting. Let's see what the Punch is reporting this morning. Big story in the front page of the Punch newspaper. Tinubu pleads for more time as NLC issues strike notice. Tinubu pleads for more time as NLC issues strike notice. Presidency meets NLC and TUC over palliatives delay. Labour insists on Wednesday protest. Resident doctors strike grounds hospitals. Federal government may enforce court order against Labour. Also there, Nigerian president or Niger president's supporters protest. AU, ECOWAS condemn coup plot. Niger president supporters protest. AU and ECOWAS condemn coup plot. Mass burial. NSAS coalition demands DNA mapping and compensation. Mass burial. NSAS coalition demands DNA mapping and compensation. Daredevil daylight robbers return to Lagos streets. Daredevil daylight robbers return to Lagos streets. Musa, why I sell fuel at 580 naira per liter? Recall that the story broke yesterday, 2 days ago, of the captain of the Super Eagles, Ahmed Musa's filling station in Kano State, selling fuel at 580 naira per liter. Goes to tell you there's a lot. There is a big chance, a big possibility that what we're paying for fuel may not actually be what we should be paying. Okay. I'll just leave that. Ahmed Musa's filling station could be selling at 580 naira when he also transports the PMS from wherever it's loaded, from the tank farms and all, or depots, down to Kano State. Then it means that, well, even those in states closer to the depots should sell for less. But seems like that's not the case. Anyway, moving on from there. National Assembly to unveil ministerial list today. Akpabio's aide. National Assembly to unveil ministerial list today. That's according to Akpabio's aide. Well, let's see that plays out. And IPOB, Senate to work for Ekpa's extradition. Kills pro-Kanu motion. APC crisis deepens as Lukman resigns, blames president. What's happening in the APC needs to be followed. Now, Lukman, the deputy vice chairman of Northwest, was one who was, instrumental to the sacking, or he was one of those people who lamented the high-handedness of the former chairman of the APC and the secretary. And just a few days after they've been sacked, himself has resigned. because he says he would not support the zoning of the chairmanship to the northwest, where he is from. Speaks of some level of, I don't know, maybe he has some grouse to, or some axe to grind with the former governor of Kano State, who the party wants to, or maybe not the party now, who the presidency prefers to be chairman of the party. I'll leave that. Get your calls in now. Hello, good morning. Bright, my friend, good morning to you. Welcome.
Yeah, pleasant morning.
Pleasant morning to you too.
Yeah,
sir.
Coup in Niger Republic, and the residents are protesting against EU that said they don't want the king. Ask yourself a question.
The residents of the country, the president supporters are protesting. The
president supporters are the ones who are protesting. What of the nurses? How many are the president supporters?
We don't know.
ECOWAS giving orders that the queue should not happen. Is it ECOWAS that don't obey their courts when they give orders? They do selective judgment. Yeah, that's right. Turns down the kind of case. And the one solution, they want to repatriate Eba. Can't. From Ojubu to Wazirike, from Wazirike to Nandekano. They are the same people that say, killing Nandekano now came by. Now you are talking of Samuel Eba. If you are listening to Samuel Eba, who will come out, who is the person that will come out again? The only thing in Nigeria is that peace does not grow out of the presence of God. And there is no justice. There is no peace without justice. You know the problem. For jettisoning confederation or restructuring in Nigeria, and we are doing what is not right. Look at now, insecurity in the northeast. I'm not saying that Northerners are killing Northerners, but if it happens in the southeast, you say Igbos are killing Igbos. You see, the governors, before you elect person in Nigeria, you read the history of that person. The person served, this guy served Nnamani, and Nnamani, when Nnamani was governor of Enugu State, you know how as Enugu State is now. They have gotten diplomas, and the man was announced in Abuja here, not in Enugu State. Enugu State people knows who they voted for. Let's support NLC, because this thing is unbearable. Divorce everywhere, crime everywhere, Yahoo everywhere because of hardship. Some people are lured into crime because of hardship. Thank you.
Thank you, Bright. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Son.
Good morning, welcome.
How are you?
I'm very well. What's your name, sir?
My name is Oz.
Oz, good to have you.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm okay. It's been a while.
Please. Well, we are still pushing.
Yes,
we are trekking up, coming to work.
My brother.
Man. Please, I just want to beg, follow the other my caller to beg that man who normally comes to stop us because he's getting something from federal government. That's how he behaves. That's how that man behaves. Whether na Benga or be waiting in coins, that's what they do. They ban for the other stations. Wait, let me. I'm not trying to. Wait, can you give me a second, please? Please. This man always. People are suffering. It's not because you are getting contracts for government. You are always supporting government. You see evil, you support it. You see black, you call it white. It's very bad. It's very bad. It's very bad. This Benga should leave us alone. If you go to the other station now, he will change his name, say it's the GB. He is insulting us. It's only him.
OZ.
If you are 100 inside
OZ, if you want to respond to a headline.
Hold on. If you are 100 calling to this station, it's only matter will be different.
Of course, there is need for someone to be different. Everyone cannot believe what you agree.
It's only
agree
him.
What you believe
It's only him.
Thank you very much, OZ. Appreciate you calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, I don't get you now.
Good morning, Elder Noja. Good to have you.
Every day I continue with wow.
Hello, Elder.
By God's power, you continue. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
And bless my brother Abubakar from Guadalajara and the guy to you. My brother, about of a coup. we should not worry because there is not going to be a coup in Nigeria. We security experts we have seen, Obasanjo has stopped a coup in Nigeria. You know the reason, let me tell Nigeria the one secret. Since Obasanjo, if anybody came to power as the president of the country, you have to retire, some people retire about 40 generals, 50 generals to bring their own brother. To come and be a chief of family staff, chief of defense staff, chief of the navy staff. That's why they are retired the senior officer. All the armory in the villa there. If you see posting last time, they have to remove the whole of them and bring their own brother to protect that place for them. They know say it's chief of the army staff now. You know say if the government fail, it has failed, and then the government of this. That's why you see they retire, they remove all the people in the post and bring their own brother there. So there's not going to be a coup in Nigeria army. And then two, we have 60 police in army now, 60 police in army. We security experts we are investigating. As I'm talking, if it's a Nigerian army, you don't know who you are talking to. Before you know, they don't pick you up. So, but you have blocked overthrow in Nigeria. Any country where there's a corruption, not a go by arm. Now youth they change them, now youth they change. But youth in Nigeria will talk too much. Some of them follow politicians. Look, the way some people are talking in the media. They're telling them now. We are back from a Liberty Radio in this morning. To many stations. Any station where you go, they will continue attacking him. And instead of to adjust himself, we don't want to adjust himself. I don't know what he's going to gain from that place. And the about of a high talk. There's a time when robbery is too much in Igbo land, they form a Bakassi. And the Bakassi stop everything. Those people talking in Abuja here, let them go and see the people are stopping in Igbo land. You see Abuja here, they support IPO, release Nnamdi Kanu. Government can never surrender to individuals. So they want Kanu to release. Let those people lay down their arm. Let them lay there and their arm for 3 days. The timber and caliber in Igbo land, they will talk to government to release.
All right, tell them.
If somebody has from the book.
Thank you.
Yoruba people, they follow the matter and then they release him.
Thank you.
Some people now have no place in Nigeria here. Let them lay their arm, stop it stealing in Igbo land. Let timber and caliber talk to government. Government will hear. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you, Elder Noja. Let's get to your messages now. God's Own says, good morning, sir. Please, I want to know, in the House of Reps, did our leaders have youth in their midst as assistants in various positions? If no, I think they should carry the youth along. It will make the youth understand things better and have hope for the future. Secondly, we can punish when caught someone stealing, then killing because he or she may be someone's savior. Okay. I'm trying to understand this. I think you mean we can't punish people when caught stealing rather than killing them because he or she may be someone's savior. Okay. God's Own, thank you very much. Let's get to more messages from WhatsApp. Don is here. Good morning, Don. Don, it's not connected. Let's try to reconnect and see that we have your message taking. Okay, good.
This is Don. Okay, quickly, I want to say that it seems the human life in this country, it is that human life in this country means nothing to our leaders. It means absolutely nothing, especially when it has to do with ordinary people on the street. You're killing somebody because of he locked up his shop. I'm guessing that this is because of the threats they have earlier made. They are stealing. Why are you stealing these people's shop? These people are not the people who are causing these issues. You should be going after the unknown government, the people who are going after their lives for coming out to do these businesses. And you have turned them to the victims. The victims are still becoming the victims of the government. What kind of country do we live in? Is it that these guys are bereft of the ideas or what? Look at Borno State, 27 human lives cut short. The people who are supposed to take care of these things by gathering intelligence and everything are there dragging over Emefiele, who is going to take position. What kind of country do we have? It's disheartening. It's very, very disheartening, Ihanacho. I don't understand I don't understand. I really don't understand. And you see, you were asking what is the cause of the coup that is going on in some of our African countries. Isn't it very obvious and glaring injustice, misrule by the leadership. These are the reasons why these coups are taking place. And we're not totally taking out the interference of the foreign government anyway, but the major cause is if your leaders are doing well, it will be very difficult for foreigners to interfere. It's bad leadership. These people should get their act together. I just hope that these things don't spill over to Nigeria. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Thank you very much. Abdullahi Mekano is here. Abdullahi Mekano says, good morning. What happened in Niger is just the starting point. If care isn't taken, it will go round to all African countries. Our leaders are our greatest enemies. Bad. Abdullahi, thank you for your message. Let's go on to the next one. Joseph Jojo from Goshen Villa, Piakasa. I'm hoping that you're feeling better now, Joseph. Again, get well soon. You say, good morning, Prince. How are you? Considering the fact that Labour are toothless bulldog, I support their protest and I'm ready to join. The only thing our government listens to is strike and protest. Then in Niger Republic, I can't say I'm in support of it, but democracy is not working in Africa. I think we should look the other way. God bless. God bless you too, Joseph Jojo. And moving on from that one, Mr. Joe One of Africa. Let's hear you.
Good morning, President Hanacho. Mr. Joe One of Africa by name. And I want to talk about what happened yesterday in Enugu State. How the governor of Enugu State gave order for people of Enugu State to come out to be going on their daily business. Just putting their life in danger. When he knew that the IPOP people are not smiling. And he just wants to endanger the life of those innocent people. Last time he came out, the governor of Enugu State came out appealing for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to please release Nnamdi Kanu, but up to today, he has not been released. Even Senate, National Assembly, the senators are rejecting his release. And now, the governor of Enugu State, instead of him to go and face the IPOP people, giving the instruction of sit at home, he didn't do it, but rather transferring the aggression to an innocent people, the common people looking for what they will eat. He is forcing them to break the rule of sit at home, trying to endanger their life. I must say, such acts the governor of Enugu State has committed is very, very wrong of him. He didn't engage his people. Even none of the Southeast governors, he didn't discuss anything with them, but just came out publicly to carry on his own instruction by his sponsor. It's very wrong of him. Thank you, President Hanacho.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, this is quite a lengthy one. It's from Innocent. Innocent says, good morning, Hanacho. You have made the point of bad governance. There is also, that's a bad example of democratic leadership in West Africa. For at least 4 years, Buhari was chair of ECOWAS, and what sound democratic example did Nigeria, or rather, what sound democratic example did Nigeria set for the sub-regions, for other neighbors under him? He capped it with an election the whole world saw as a rape on electoral and democratic principles. So for the nations that look up to Nigeria, the question is, what is indeed the value of democracy? Nigeria has become a terrible example, such that someone who touted to be a Democrat and a progressive could mount such massive offensive against the electoral process and democratic rights of Nigerians in the 2023 elections to show their status of being of no importance in the life of West African citizens. ECOWAS made the Nigerian its chairperson in spite of the global protest on the legitimacy of that holder of Nigeria's presidency. So ECOWAS has messed itself such that the coup plotters responded to them with a defiance. Anyone saying it was coup that brought us to where we are today is not serious. Have we not already had 24 years of democracy, which is being driven already aground internally and across the sub-region? Nigeria has failed the world of democracy. Thank you, Innocent. Innocent reminds me of what the former president Olusegun Obasanjo said just a few days ago. Nigeria being an example to the rest of Africa and even the world. Moving on, let's bring in Anthony.
Prince Iheanacho, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Anthony Witness. May your priesthood last for long. Talking about Governor Mba of Enugu State, it's quite unfortunate. I don't understand how they reason. The problem of combating it at home that holds on Mondays, is it by opening shops? We all know that this movement, societal movement, is a chain stuff. If you open shop, who will come and buy? If you open shop, successfully open shop and sit down, and who will come? Is it not until somebody comes to buy before you now know that you are successful? Come to think of it, how would even the traders have a transport from their residence to the shop when commercial drivers are not out? So it is a policy he's pursuing that is already dead on arrival. It will not work. His predecessors tried it and it didn't work. He should be advised to divert his effort towards the release of Nnamdi Kanu. And that is it. He is the only person that when he comes out and addresses the situation that the sit at home is cancelled, that will be the end of it. He should stop doing these things. And it has resulted to killing of people, which means the situation will even be worse. People will even hide them more because their lives is at a threat. Is on threat. So thank you very much and have a good deliberation.
Thank you. Thank you too. All right, another one's here.
Good morning, Prince.
Good morning.
How's the night rest? How are you doing today? My name is Eric Oshilaja.
Eric.
I really understand you don't like callers calling in to say negative things about the country, which is quite understandable. And I'm also not in support of that. But in every situation, there's always the truth and the fact. And the truth is that Nigeria is a blessed and a great country. But the fact is that the systems that make up this country are not working. Across board, they are not working. This is a fact we must tell ourselves so that we keep shying away from it. Now, 8 military personnel killed in the course of discharging their duty. 29 farmers killed in Zamfara Ogun also. For how long will we continue like this? The sad thing is that there will be no justice. Nobody will be apprehended. And even when they are apprehended, justice is not speedily given to at least to make up or serve as a deterrent to others. And now I want to ask the children of these slain soldiers, do we have an educational system that will cater for them to the apex level of the academic to see that the family does not turn into something else after their breadwinner is gone? These people are making sacrifices for the country. And on the economic pathway under this current government, I'm just praying they get things right, because the standard of living in this country is diminishing day in, day out. God will help this country. Thank you and have a beautiful day.
Thank you. Have an amazing day yourself. And this is from Jennifer. Alex Jennifer says, good morning. God bless you. When you push a goat to the wall, that goat will bite, according to Jojo. I see Nigeria going to that point. Tinubu should tell us when he's reducing fuel back to 50 naira and what he is doing to cushion the effect of subsidy removal. We want to know, not his child talking to Ross, that his father will perform. I don't know his son, and he's not Nigeria's president. I repeat, if you push a goat to the wall, it will bite. Thank you. Alex Jennifer, First Generation Estate, Local Goma. Alex, thank you very much. Appreciate your message. Let's go to the next one. Do we have it? Quickly. This one's from Sanusi says, my prince, good morning. Coup d'etat is not the best. It is out-fashioned all over the world now. Why is Africa always backward? Sanusi, thank you very much for your message too. Comrade Ulo Bassi says, good morning, Sir Iheanacho Prince. God bless your endeavors this day. It is not enough to grandstand and condemn recent coup plot in Niger Republic and other African sub-regions when the root cause of these insurrections are not tackled. Do the African leaders have human feelings at all for their suffering citizens while their families and cronies are living in stupendous wealth and affluence? As it's gradually unfolding, the chicken is now coming home to roost. We believe former President Buhari, who so much loved and showered Nigeria's oil wealth and fortune on Niger Republic, is aware of the latest development in his second home. Does it mean that APC government is going to waste our lean resources to send Nigerian troops to intervene in Niger Republic while our own people are roasting under harsh economic policies brought about by the same people in government? Let's keep our fingers crossed and see. And also remember that what goes around comes around someday. God bless Nigeria. Comrade Ulo Bassi. Moving on from that one, and this will be the final one as we close. Akamata says, imagine Lagos state government earmarking about 61 million naira for the mass burial of 103 dead Enter's victims. It means one dead is getting about 500,000 naira. Just look at the amount they are spending on dead bodies while the living are given peanuts. Some callers should learn how to counter false information or argument with a superior argument and the right information instead of wanting everyone to have the same opinion. Akamata, thank you very, very much. And would close the conversation there. Thank you to everyone who has been a part of it. Thank you, Akamata, Comrade Ulo Basi, Sanusi, Alex Jennifer, Eric, Anthony Witness, Innocent, Joe One, Jojo, Abdullahi Mekano, Don, God's Own, Elder Noja, OZ, Bright, Clement Zion Prince, Edward, Bullis, BB Blessing, GB, Salasi, Abubakar, Michael, as well as Prince. I thank you all for being a part of it this morning. Let's do it again tomorrow at the top of the hour, 7. Feel free to jump in. At that time, we'll bring you fresh headlines from the dailies. And those of you who just sat back to listen, even if you're driving right now and listening to Ross, we say a big thank you for being there. Without you, we're nothing. Join us again tomorrow when we come back with fresh headlines. Stay with us on your radio experience. You can count on.
102.3 Abuja.
You are here right now.
You're here.
Get ready for your miracle. Jesus Christ makes you well. The count is on to the Healing Streams Live Healing